quarter from there. Love you guys. All right, so let's begin, you guys, whether you're here with us live, Wednesday, hump day, or you're chiming in sometime in the future. Hey, Christy, welcome. I want you to come into child's pose. Coming into child's pose signifies the beginning of this practice of turning our attention away from the world without, the world of material, the world of chaos, the world of turbulence, and begin to remove layer by layer the stress, the residue that builds, and begin to tap into our center, returning essentially. So before we begin to move the breath, before we begin to move the physical body, I want you to just take a moment to sign off on the body you brought to practice. Perhaps you've been away for a while from practice. Perhaps you practiced last night. I know my friend Jane and I were here last night. She's here again this morning. It's not a competition. It's not a comparison. It's more intimate than that. It's yours. This is your practice, your time. So begin to audit, if you will, appraise. Hey, Huda, welcome. Get a sense of what body you brought to the practice. What that does is it begins to open us up. The mind begins to open. The heart begins to open. The physical body begins to melt because you're recognizing that you're no longer trying to get somewhere. We're not mired down in the worldly concerns, trying to figure out why or how they can do this or how and why they're doing that. But we're letting it all go, coming into the body. From here, I'd like you to take that very first conscious breath in. Do so through your nose, and then open up your mouth. Ah. You want to create that slight H-A-ha sound. Do that twice more. Hey, Catherine. A couple things happen when we H-A-ha the breath out. We start to attend to the glottis, this little aperture in the throat, because we're going to be shifting into open mouth breath, into closed-lipped breathing, what we call ujjayi. So when you're ready, make that shift. Uj in Sanskrit means lift, rise. It also can be translated as butterfly. Jaya is celebrate. Ujjayi breathing. It's a lifting up and it's a celebration. We're not caught in the lower, more animalistic reactions, but we're consciously breathing. We're choosing to breathe over reaction, choosing to sit with rather than to fight or run away. Developing that inner strength. Now I'm going to have you guys come up on the hands and knees. Take a full breath in here. And as you exhale, round out your spine like that angry Halloween cats. Your next in-breath arches your back like a horse's saddle. The low back dips, the belly stretches. And then you repeat that, dropping your head, tucking your tail, and moving in and out of those basic undulations of your spine, your lower, your middle, your upper spine. When you move in that range of motion, begin to open it up, more fluid, more circular, in one direction, Kriya circles, dancing lion, perhaps in the other direction. Perfect. From here, we're going to come to all fours. For balancing table, reach the right leg back, the left arm out in front of you. Take a big breath in here. Underneath you, it's cheetah pose, elbow and knee. Twice more from end to end, breathe in. Exhale, cheetah pose, knee and elbow joint. Last time, you guys, take it back as you inhale. Draw it together as you exhale. Go ahead and release your limbs. Do the other side. Left leg back, right arm out in front of you. Take a breath here. Exhale, cheetah. Like a bellows, you expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Once more, end to end. Elbow and knee join. As you release your limbs to the earth, we're going to turn this into bear pose. So curl the toes. Lift the knees just an inch off the earth. Take a breath in here. For hovered child's pose, move your hips back, breathe everything out. And for down dog, lift the hips on an exhale. And here we are. Behind you guys, join your feet. Let's raise the right leg back and up. Take a big breath in. Then to the right elbow, you draw that knee. Try to touch the two together. Awesome. Take it up as you inhale. To the left elbow, the two touch. And then one more time as you raise that knee up, draw knee to nose, and take a big step forward with your right foot. Now you're going to frame that right foot with your two hands, high on your 10 fingertips. Bring that left leg back a little more so you have that comfortable discomfort in the stretch. Pick up the chest and let the arms come back like airplane wings. As you breathe here, allow that right heel to drag back. Hey, Beata, good morning. Let that ball of left foot drag forwards. And for crescent lunge, you're going to sink your hips low and raise your arms up into the sky. Let's yawn the heart open by goal posting the elbows. Inhaling as you reach on up. Now a high twist to your right, just for the length of your out breath. And then back up as you breathe in. What you'll do is bring your hands to the mat. Sweep the right leg back and high, one-legged dog. Simply release the foot to the mat. Now your left leg goes high. Same thing, no mystery. The knee finds your left elbow. Inhale it up to the sky. Your knee finds the right elbow. Beautiful. Take that leg even higher. Reach for something, guys. Good. Draw knee to nose, and you're going to step that foot through, high on your 10 fingers as you breathe. You want to set it up. Taking nothing for granted here in your practice. Gratitude. It's not just the name of our studio. It's a way of living, grateful, aware, noticing your alignment. This time, the right foot is back. For crescent lunge, let's come up as you breathe in. Goal posting those elbows as you exhale. On a breath, you raise up high, high twist to the left, just for one out breath. Well done, you guys. Up the arms, come on a breath. Hands to the mat. You'll sweep that left leg back and simply put it down. I'll meet you guys at high plank position. Like a piece of wood, a member, a structural member. You, strong from balls of feet to heels of hands, you guys. Give yourself 3 big breaths. Push the earth away from you. 2 big breaths. Now take another breath in, and as you exhale, let's slowly lower all the way to the yoga mat. Once you get to the earth, you're going to lift the hands an inch from where they are. Lift the legs, lift the chest. Bring your attention now to those lower back muscles. Draw your attention up to the middle back muscles. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now stay here or in front of you. Reach your arms forward like super person. Reach. You got 3 breaths. Both ends lifting. 1. Turn your little fingers into each other. There you go. 2. If your arms are outstretched in front of you, bring them on back. Let's lift a little higher and release the pose. You guys come to hands and knees. And push it back to downward dog. All right. So for the next 5 or 7 breaths of this integration phase, appraise your physical body. Is your body asking for something? Go ahead and give it to it. All right, let's lift up the heels. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. I'll have you travel up to meet the hands. Coming into ragdoll now, forward fold. The feet at the outer edges of your mat, a deep, generous bend to your knees. Go ahead and clasp opposite elbow with opposite hand. Lift up your 10 toes now, you guys. Deposit your attention to your feet. Bring a bit of a bend to both your knees so you can feel the uplift of your bum bones. Heavying your lower back, heavying the middle back. And feel the mass of your upper torso and the skull, tractioning the back of that neck of yours. Now release your hands to the mat. Heel toe your feet together. I'll have you guys slowly roll up to standing. Inhale, circle the arms out and up above you. And as you exhale, hands to prayer. Let's chant 3 together. Breathe in. Straight up above you. Take your time, guys. As you exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. Hey, Marie. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step to plank, come to the bottom of your push-up. Take your time here as you scoop your chest to upward facing dog and then lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. And there you have it, you guys. Our sun salutes. Let's lift the heel as you breathe in. Bend the knees, look where you're going, and travel to meet your hands. Lifting to a flat back, it's an in-breath, and a forward fold. Good reverse swan dive all the way up into the heat, and simply fold forwards as you breathe out. Breathe into a flat back. You're going to exhale to plank, and push the breath all the way to the bottom. Your up dog, and your downward facing dog. So there you have it. There's an old saying, learning is remembering. So remember those motions. And I'd like you to take 2 more rounds of sun salutations. All I'll do is I ask you to lift the heels. I'll ask you to bend the knees. And when you come to the front of the mat, you're on your own. One of the aspects of sun salutations here is the breath. Allowing your breath to dictate each and every one of the movements. Remember, Ujjayi, the victory. If we're just being led by the squirrely mind, there's no victory there. All we're doing is reinforcing the negative patterns, the habits, the challenges that got us in the mess in the first place. So we want to break through, break out of that. And this is what the breath does. It is the gateway. It is the bridge. You can certainly add on. If you're watching the screen, you see some working a little bit more into their sun salutes, or subtract it. Whatever you decide to do, I'm going to have you finish your final Surya Namaskar and meet us in downward facing dog pose. Let's breathe together, you guys, for a count of 5. 4, 3. Now take another big breath in, lift up the heels. As you breathe out, you're going to bend the knees and I'll meet you up at the front of your mat. Taking a flat back as you get there. Folding deeply forward. Let's breathe together here, all right? So make sure your feet are all the way together. Bring your palms to your calf muscles. Those are the muscles at the back of your lower leg there. Bend your knees so you can pull your belly. You can pull the lowermost front ribs, the chest, your face to your shins. And maintain that pressure as you use your arm strength to pull your torso, compressing it into your thighs as you breathe. Notice, as you inhale, the body wants to pull away from your thighs. But I want you to pull yourself in. This channels the breath deeper into the body. 2 more cycles of breath here. Uttanasana, forward fold. Excellent. Now for chair pose, Utkatasana, chair. Drop your bum and raise those arms up above you and breathe here. Start with Drishti. This gaze where you're not really looking at anything, but you see everything. We kind of do it when we're driving, right? You're not really looking. You can see that car coming up in your peripheral vision. You don't really have to look at it. Try to establish that drishti. And then your cycle of Ujjayi breath here. 3 big, full, complete breaths. That's it. I can hear my team breathing behind me. Take one more breath in, sink a little lower, and then fold forwards. Beautiful. Take a flat back. Exhale to Chaturanga, the bottom of your push-up. Upward face your dog, and downward facing dog. Now you're going to raise the right leg back and up. Fill it up with breath. As you exhale, step the foot through, empty. For standing splits, lift the left leg up. That's one inhale. For a curtsy squat, knee back of right leg, exhale. Good, take it high as you breathe in, standing splits. Now sweep that left leg to the left side of the space as you breathe out, and breathe. Awesome, you can keep your hands on the earth for stability. Trying to inch that left leg out to the left any degree more. Now fill up that left heel, point the toes to the knee. Take another breath in and out. All right, you're going to reach the left leg back. Now look at the back of your mat for the landing strip. Slowly ball heel the left foot for warrior 1. Come on up as you breathe. Now at your lower back, you're going to interlace the fingertips or just keep your hands there. For humble warrior, I'll ask you to bend back. And as you exhale, bend forward over that right leg. Beginning to work the heels of your feet into the yoga mat. Really dial them in. That left heel, dialing in, that right heel. Pull your right hip back, suck it into its hip socket, and draw the left hip forwards. Now your hips are aligned. Hug them from the outside in, and slowly come back up to warrior number 1. Above you, join your hands, look up, bend your back, inhale, and then hands to the yoga mat. Step to plank and lower down. Try to stretch the breath all the way through. Up dog, downward dog. Now raise that left leg high behind you. You're going to step the foot through and empty your lung. Standing splits the right leg high. Curtsy squat, knee to back of left leg. Standing splits, fly it up again now to the right side of your space. Sweep that right leg and hang out here. Bringing more attention to that right leg by pushing the heel, pointing the toes to the knee, fully extending that right leg. Take a breath in and out. Beautiful. Reach that leg back. Look for the landing strip. Right foot, ball, heels to the earth. Warrior number 1, come on up. At your lower back, once again, lace your hands, bend back for humble warrior over your left leg. Go ahead and bow. Dialing those heels down and steering your hips into alignment. Left hip back. There you go, aim. Right hip forwards. Now from the outside in, squeeze those hips. Come on up, you guys. Warrior number 1 into a back bend. And then hands to the yoga mat. Go ahead and put it away. Adding on. Subtracting whatever you need to do today. When you come to downward dog, let's lift the heels. Please bend your knees, exhale, and up to the front of the mat. We're on the move, guys. Halfway up. And then you fold. It's chair pose for a single breath. Come on up. And then exhale as you fold. Take a flat back, breathe in. All right, Chaturanga, your low push-up position. Upward lift. Downward facing dog. Now raise the right leg back and up. One breath in. Step the foot through, one breath out. Now come on up to warrior 1. Inhale, right to the top. And then exhale to the bottom of your push-up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're up dog. You're down dog. Now raise your left leg high and then step her through. Exhale. Come on up, guys. Number 1. And then put it away. Chaturanga. You're up dog and you're downward facing dog. Now from here, let's come onto the knees. Crawl to the front of your mat. Lie onto your backs. And as you lie back, I'm going to have you draw the right knee into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then we're going to guide that right knee down across your body for a knee down twist. Fully extending now the left leg. Trying to get your entire right shoulder to the yoga mat. You can see the team here pretty much doing that. Take a breath in and out. Good. You guys come on back to center. Both knees hug into your chest. And then the right leg down the mat. Go ahead and guide that left knee down across your body. Trying to get that left leg all the way across, your left elbow to the earth. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Beautifully done. Come on back to center. Now, before we move on, let's get some yoga bicycles out of the way. Bring your hands to your head. Elbows and knees touch. Go ahead and reach the right leg out in front of you. Right elbow to left knee. Alternating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Slow it down. 19. Now for Navasana, come on up, balancing on your sit bones. So Nava in Sanskrit means a V. It doesn't really mean a boat. Many call it boat, I guess, just because it looks like that. But Nava is V. Try to make your body into that V shape. Your bum bone, tip of the V. Your chest lifting, your legs up. Now let's rotate to the right for 1, to the left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come to center. Go ahead and roll on your backs. Now let your knees go over to the right. For left side oblique crunches, we'll take 30 of them. So crunch up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's small little ranges of motion here, you guys. 4, 5. Trying to breathe out each time you come up. 8, 9. Here's your last 10. 1. Left side oblique. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now hold this last one. Use your core. Take your knees over to the left-hand side. So we got 30 right side oblique crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, last 10. Try to lift your heels up. 8, there you go. 7, keep those knees over there. 5, ooh, a little bit more. 3, 2, now come on back to center, you guys. Yogi's choice. You can rock and roll 5 times, up to flat feet, back, or just meet me in downward facing dog. Woo! There you go. Now, once you come back to downward dog, we're going to shift gears into what my team and I like to call the body of work. So let's take the right leg back and into the sky. Bend the top knee, roll your hip open. Go ahead and flip open your dogs. As you flip the dog, we've got a little bit more physical context available because we just worked the abdominal core. So you pull your left hip up a little higher. Nice, Ken. Stretch that body, man. Stretch that left side chest. Everyone looks so beautiful. Let's come up and over to your one-legged dog. The right leg is still high. Now for fallen triangle, take that right knee across to your left elbow. Kick it out. And articulate your body in these ranges of motion. Number 1, that right arm's got to be strong into the earth. Both feet, of course, enlivened. There you go, Mike. Turn the right hip up a little bit more. Now keep your lower half as it is, but bring your left hand to the mat. Hold yourself here for a moment in this awkward position with your legs. Try to hug the right knee to your right elbow now. And for side plank facing the mirrored walls or the right side of your space, float the right arm up into the sky above you. And breathe. 3 big breaths. 1, 2, lift a little higher for one-legged dog. The right leg is high. Breathe in. And draw your knee to your nose. Stepping the right foot through for crescent lunge position. All right, you guys. Beginning at the foundation here, crescent lunge. You've got the right foot pointing somewhat forwards as you breathe. Oftentimes, we've got to move that right knee maybe slightly forward, slightly back. Find your sweet spot today where the knee is right over the sole of that right foot. Now your back foot, you're high on the ball of that left foot. Try to pull the heel back a little to lengthen the calf. And then pull the heel forwards a little bit. And notice what happens with those two kind of adjustments. Find your groove. Now your hips. Feel that right hip coming back, that left hip forwards. Then from your hips all the way up the spine, the arms up above you, and you breathe here. This is crescent lunge. Each time you exhale, I'm going to invite you to let something go. Let something go. Now, the grossest, the thing that is most available to us is our physical body, so you can sink a little lower. Don't go too far, but just sink enough, and then breathe again there, and then sink a little bit lower. As we start to enter into what we call the raw edge of human emotion, we start to tease and turn up and sort of disturb the fight or flight. It's okay. This is all by design. You've been here before. We want to bring ourselves to that point. Notice that reactionary part of us and look it in the eye. This is what asana means, to sit with. Now above you, join your hands over your heart. Breathe everything out. Let's teeter forward for length, and then that left elbow twists over to the shelf of that right thigh. Give yourself 3 cleansing breaths here, yogis. 1, 2. Excellent. For warrior 2, you'll come all the way up and around. Now let's set up our second warrior here. Each one of these postures, the foundation is totally different. So we want to begin again by walking that left foot back, paralleling it to the back of your mat. Go ahead and check your work. Now look at your navel and chest and square those 3 elements, right side chest, left side chest, and your navel to the left side of your space. Take a look over your front 5 fingers and close your eyes. Feel your body, you guys. Let your attention sink and saturate your physical body, giving it this undivided attention. Right? And we're not doing the hokey pokey at gratitude here. You got 1 foot in, you got 1 foot out. No. You are here wholeheartedly. The mind's going to want to pull you out. It's going to remind you of stuff. Well, you keep coming back home, baby. 3 big breaths. 1. Trust in this. 2. Now as you open your eyes, let's flip the right palm up and reverse the warrior, coming in this side angle now. The entry is forearm to right thigh, left hand on hip, and looking straight down. If you're practiced, you're a seasoned practitioner, you know where you're going. You don't have to always go there. I'm in my 4th, 5th year, whatever it is. I keep my hand on my hip all the time. It's just, remember, it's not a competition. It's not about yesterday. It's not about tomorrow. But it's about right here, right now, this Wednesday, with these live humans being behind me, and all of you at home, whenever you're watching this. What's going on in your body? 3 big breaths, you guys. Awesome breath today, everybody. 2 big breaths. Now, wherever you might be, let's take another breath in and out. To reverse your warrior, let's come all the way back up, straighten out the front leg. We're going to turn this into triangle pose. So if you know it, bring yourself into it. Again, this pose, different than the previous. In the same family, however, you want to turn that left heel back a little. Dip your right hip crease back as you outstretch your right hand. Go ahead and land it on the shin. Perhaps your yoga block, the floor. That top left hand reaching directly above you. Bring your right hip into the center of your yoga mat and tuck the tail down a bit. Firm up the core. Reaching that top arm to the front of the space to help stimulate the core of your body. Perhaps the bottom arm reaches as well. You've got 3 full cycles of breath. Work your bodies, guys. 1. To your deepest level. All right, come all the way up. You're going to pivot on the right foot to face the left side of your space. For Skandasana, bending the left knee. It's going to take a moment or 2 or 3 to get into the pose. A little crack, a little pop, a little squeak, a little adjustment. It's okay. Perfect. Please bend the right knee now. Skandasana as you breathe. So now we've got a new heading. You're going to look at the left foot facing the back of your house. Please crawl your hands and frame your left foot. And you're going to shoot your left leg back and into the sky, bend the left knee, roll the hip, and guess what? You're going to flip your dogs. Here you've got that right arm rooting down into the yoga mat, both feet perhaps. Stretch your hips high. You want to turn the right hip up. Turn the chest up. Awesome. Let's come to three-legged dog with the left leg into the sky. Now for fallen triangle, that left knee finds the right elbow. Yeah, just a new heading facing the back of the house now. The left arm very strong. You want to push the deck away from you. Both of your legs fully engaged, drawing all that musculature into the core of your body. Take a look up, a big breath in. Keep your lower half as it is. Just going to put the right hand down. Just stay for a moment. Try to get both palms flat. Using your core now to draw that left knee into your left elbow. It's side plank. You're going to roll to the blade edge of your right foot, floating your left hand into the sky. Yeah, you guys are on fire today, huh? Breathe for 3. Whether the knee is down, modifying, or the leg is up. Remember, it's not a competition. Take another breath in. You guys, it's one-legged dog with your left leg high. Take a breath. And then step that left foot through for crescent lunge, facing the back of your space. Come on up. Oh, man. Here you are, you guys, as you breathe. We've got that left foot. Find your knee over the foot. And even if it's wobbling, let it weeble, let it wobble. Remember those old toys when we were kids, Weeble Wobbles? Right? They weeble, they wobble, but they what? They don't fall down. You got it. So let it wobble. A lot of times it's our resistance that drives us off, right? Now, ball. Drag the right ball of foot forward and feel how your right hip comes forward. Really well done, you guys. Now, above you, join your hands, breathe in. Over the heart, exhale the hands like a prayer. Now, you know where we're going, so lean forward, and when you're ready, take a twist. Right elbow, shelf of left thigh. And you breathe. So squeeze your right bum. There. You want to engage your right glute, you guys. If not, it's just going to hang out there like a pillowcase, right? So just squeeze it and liven it. Buns of steel, money. Stronger there the whole time. So that requires consciousness. Then twist your body. You got 3 big breaths. 1, 2. All right, it's warrior number 2. Up and around, still facing the back of the house. We're going to make those adjustments, walking your right foot now a little back towards the front of your mat. Paralleling, check your work. Taking a look at navel and chest as they square to that left side of your space. Both of your arms outstretched. Now close your eyes. Authorize the intensity. So many people say things like, why is this happening to me? How could this be happening? And all that does is makes it worse. You gotta ask a better question. How do I accept it? Not being a jellyfish and getting, walked all over, but including what's happening in this moment from a place of grace and strength. 3 more breaths. That's right, baby. It's gonna shake. 2 more breaths. All right, let's reverse that left hand to the high. Breath in. And it's a side angular pose. The left forearm finds your thigh. As I suggested on the other side, oftentimes I keep my left forearm right there on the thigh, my right hand on my hip, and I look down. And I work the intricacies, the subtleties of the pose. In fact, progressing in yoga is moving from the gross, the shiny, right? The seemingly complicated to the subtle, the simple, which is the breath. The most important challenging posture is seated meditation. When I teach meditation to, quote unquote yogis, they start sweating bullets. They can't sit still.
That's right.
Yeah, not y'all. You guys have practice. We work through that. Because yoga is not the posture. Yoga is the cessation of the fluctuation of the mind. But if we're always moving, agitating the mind, there's no cessation. Give yourself 2 more big full cycles of breath. The subtleties, my friends. All right, wherever you might be, let's reverse that left hand high, straightening out your left leg, and that's a triangle pose. Setting up your base, building this posture. The right heel angling slightly back. Left hand on the shin or the block or the floor. And your breath. Try to pin that left hip in a little bit more. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. Beautiful. Now that top arm reaches to the back of your space, perhaps the bottom arm as well. You got 3 big breaths, forcing the core to ignite, negotiating the breath through the strong sensations. And then we slowly come up. Let's pivot on the left foot into Skandasana, bending the right knee. Take a moment to let your body settle into this. There you go. Please take Skanda, bending the left knee. A new heading again, facing the right leg. Crawl your hands. We're going to sweep that right leg back and into the sky. Take a breath in, and it's a high plank, low push-up position. Keep moving, guys, to up dog and back to downward facing dog. Now, once you move your body to down dog, your hands are going to slowly walk their way back to meet your feet. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale and bow. Please rise up to standing as you breathe in. Bring those hands to prayer as you breathe out. I'm going to ask you to draw the right knee up and catch it. Or catch that great right toe. And let's open it out to the right knee or toe. Left arm like a counterbalance if needed. 3 full breaths here. 1. Utthita Hastha Padangusthasana. 2. Now to revolve this, we're going to come through center. That left hand catches the right knee or foot. Parivrit. Utthita Hastha Padangusthasana. Right hand goes back. You got 3 breaths here. 1. As you return to center for figure 4, take that ankle over the top of your left thigh and descend down to your degree. Perhaps keep going into that arm balance. 3 breaths here. 1. 2. And as you slowly come up, we're going to turn this into tree, catching that right ankle, placing her high on that left leg. Hands come to prayer, or for added balance, out. Like a tightrope walker would have that giant outstretched balancing agent. Drive that left hip, that left leg into the right foot. Raise your arms up. Take a full breath here. And hands to your heart, releasing that right foot down. Without hesitation, draw your left knee up. Utthita Hastha Padangusthasana. You're going to catch the knee or the big toe and slowly open out. Counterbalance again. It's always helpful to have a little outrigger there. 3 big breaths. 1. 2. Now to revolve this, come on to center. The right hand catches the knee or the foot to the back of your space. Left arm goes, and perhaps the gaze. I prefer finding something that's not moving. Now that something that's not moving is the space around me. The things in the space are moving. As you come through center, you guys, we got figure 4, left ankle over, descending down to your degree. Remember what you did on the other side? Mirror it on this side. You got 3 full breaths. You got 2 full breaths. All right, let's slowly come up. Let's turn this into a tree. The left foot comes up high on that standing leg. Again, the arms can be out, the palm, wherever you need to go to source that physical alignment, your center of gravity, and then grow your limbs. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Now listen for change. Bring your arms out like a T. Draw that left knee to center. And very slowly reach it to the back of your mat for warrior number 2. Ooh, we're at the back of the mat. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let's do this. Do the road dog shuffle to the front of the mat and come to warrior number 2. Woo! From here, let's straighten out the front leg. Pivot on that right foot to face the left side of your space. And it's classical prasarita. So go ahead and fold your bodies in half. Down you go. Always beginning. I mean, I know someone's going to come up on their hands. Is that Mike? Amy? Maggie? Yeah. Okay, so whether you're on your head and hands, the foundation are the head and the hands. If you're not coming up onto your hands, it's fine. Remember, it's not a competition. Another thing you might want to notice, for me, I mean, I'm easily influenced. I like doing things, right? I see someone doing it, I want to do it. My friend Ken, we live in the same neighborhood. I see him riding his bike. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to the Greenway. I didn't know where the Greenway was. I got motivated. I went and I got lost. I finally found it, right? Whoa! But you got to be careful, right? You see someone coming up onto their forearms and their head. You got to notice that. Let it be natural. Handstand, headstand, whatever you need to do. But we begin at that foundation. So press down through your feet. I know, Amy, getting a lot stronger over there. Let those legs stretch. Now, if your legs are close to straight, try to open up the backs of your knees. Really spread the knees apart. There you go. Lift the bum bones up and let the elbows bend as you fold a little deeper. Take one more breath in. Stretch any degree deeper. All right, you guys. We're going to crawl the hands to the top of your mat, framing that right foot. Go ahead and sweep the leg back. High plank, low plank. Upward face your dog. And downward face your dog. As you roll out to high push-up position, take a big breath in. And I'll have you slowly lower all the way to the yoga mats. All right, you guys. Now as you come on down to the mat, let's come up onto forearms, beginning this belly-based back bend series, subtly here with Sphinx, the most accessible back arc, in my opinion. Elbows underneath your shoulders, your hands, your forearms are like the number 11. Pick up your chest. Take a look at the front of your space. Take a big breath in. Okay, release as you exhale. Now behind you, bend the right knee. We're going to take half bow. Catch the foot. Outstretch your left arm in front of you. And just lift everything up. Now as you lift the left arm and lift the left leg, squeeze your glutes together. Press the pubis down. Take a breath in. Without slingshotting, let's release that leg. We came with 2 sides, so catch that left foot now. Right arm out in front of you. Take your outer glutes, squeeze them in, grounding the pubis, the hips. Stretch that right arm a little bit more. Without the slingshotting, slowly release. You guys, please bend your knees behind you and tick-tock those legs left and right. For full bow, reach back, catch a hold of those feet. And up you come. We got 5 full cycles of breath here. 5. Try not to let the knees sway too far apart from one another. 4. The front lowermost ribs, try to pull them up. There you go, Jane. 3. If you can get your toes to fan and liven them. Nice, Amy. Lift to your highest point. 1 more breath. And release. Nice work, you guys. Building an upward facing dog when you're ready. Pushing it back to downward facing dog. Now, as you come back to down dog, I'm going to have you come onto your knees for Ustrasana camel pose. Real simple stuff, you guys. You come to your knees. You can start by curling the balls of your feet into the mat. Your heels will be high enough. You can take one hand back, then the other. Or if the back is a little tender, take your hands to your bum, like you're putting your hands in back pockets. Squeeze the bum. Press your hands in and lift up the heart to the sky. You got it. Eventually, the head will rest on the pads of your trapezius muscles. Bring your teeth together, stretch to the throat, the chest. Take a big breath in and out. Awesome. Please come up. Onto hands and knees. And it's a child's pose. Taking a moment to bask in that heat of your back, of your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Up on the hands and knees. I'm going to ask you guys to turn this into downward facing dog. And to prepare for your half pigeon hip stretch, I'll have you take the right leg back and into the sky. Draw the knee to the right elbow, the ankle to the left, and down you go. From here, I'll have you walk your hands where your elbows are. Pick up your chest, take a big breath in. And back to downward dog as you breathe out. I think Mikey's gonna hang on a little longer. So we'll take the second side. When you're ready, yeah, add on. Let's twist. Whatever you guys have to do. Doing great on time. Trying to keep these classes within the hour frame, right? Second side here. Give yourself one more big, full breath. Exhale every last bit of stress out. And then bring those hands where the elbows are. I'll ask you to sweep your back leg all the way up and around. Let's have a seat at the back of your mat for a seated forward fold. Take your hands to your glutes. Separate your seats. And even bring your hands up a little higher towards your hamstrings. Kind of pull your hammies out as well. Knees can be straight, they can be slightly bent. Let's take the arms high. And as you exhale, fold forwards over your thighs. Catching your feet, picking up your chest, taking a full breath here, and then folding forward. Please lift to a flat back. Take a breath. So hold whatever you're holding. Stay here as you breathe out. And then very slowly come up for reverse tabletop or Purvottanasana. Take the arms back behind you. You want to have enough space behind you. I like to point my fingers out, most accessible. The most challenging would be to point the fingers forwards. If you want to do the bent leg variation, slowly bend one knee until the foot comes flat. And then the other one. Let the hips rise up to the front of the room. And breathe. Take your feet a little wider, Mike. And breathe here. So resist my pull. For a count of 5. 4. 3. Stay up. 2. So lift up your heads, look forwards, and lower your bums down. Woo! Go ahead and lie onto your backs. Final spinal twist. Take those knees to the right. Take those, and stay for a sec. Let's stay with the knees off to one side. Come on back to center. We'll take the other side. Stop. Excellent. My friends, please make your way back to center. Let the legs come up just for about 30 seconds. Long enough where you can actually feel the pressure shift in your legs. Please let the knees bend. Put your feet on the mat and stare into the ceiling. Remembering your intention, like why you practice, why you need it. and compare and contrast the way you feel right now and how you felt when you were, I don't know, making your way to this class, whether you're at home or you're in person here. And give thanks, because I know that there's a wholesale shift. It's not just a head change like what a glass of wine will give us. This is a wholesale shift. Let's bask in that for a few moments. Lower your legs down the mat, please, and set yourselves up for Shavasana. Arms by your sides, close your eyes, and stop moving. Shavasana. Gradually start to float back to your body. Remember where you are. Go ahead and take a big breath in, and as you exhale, release any last bit of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, whenever you're practicing. We'll begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers, rolling your wrists and your ankles. Stretch your arms up and over your head. Take a moment to stretch from end to end, arching the low back. Then the knees slowly make their way into your chest, give them a squeeze. Tipping to the right-hand side. The work that we do on the yoga mat helps to clear the screen of the mind, scraping it of any residue. It helps to release any grievance or difference that we may have in the heart space, opening it up again. But it's a process. We head back out into the world open. Life, the good, the bad, the ugly, rushes towards us. So before we head out into the world again, take a moment to set your intention. How are you going to use this open heart and open mind to navigate through your life today? From there, I'll have you press up to sitting, facing the front of the house here. Two hands become one. Take a big breath in and a long, slow breath out. Just like we did when we began, yogis, we'll close it with 3. Inhale. Raise your thumbs to your eyebrow center. My friends, take a big breath in. And namaste.
Namaste.